I would love for people to hear how she got there, how you got there as mom. So, starting from the time that she was little and maybe, the journey to diagnosis, what did that look like for Maya? What did that look like for you?
It was around like 7 months. When she was around 7 months, I started noticing that she wasn't meeting a lot of her milestones. And the developmental pediatrician that I started to see was also, seeing some markers that she was like, okay, let's keep a tab on this. And we started doing early diagnosis. Like by the time she was one year plus, we started going to assessments, and we got like a global developmental delay assessment, which was like they just give it to any, it's like an umbrella term for any developmental delay, right? So we got that, and then I started noticing a lot of markers that I'm like, okay, I think this falls under autism,
Yes.
And I didn't have a lot of knowledge at that point of time. I knew like some things, but not enough to be like, okay, for sure she falls on the spectrum. And we had to wait a long time before the doctor was like, okay, now we can do the assessment. She's ready to do the assessment. So by the time she was, I think, 2 years, 4 months or so, I knew what was coming, and I knew that she would fall on the spectrum. I knew she was already on the spectrum. I knew the diagnosis would be autism, but you're never prepared, because all of a sudden your path changes, and you have different steps that you go through where you're denying and then acceptance, or sadness and happiness, like the guilt because you're feeling sad, all of that. But then you tell yourself there is a reason, like you're sad because your path is suddenly changed. You had all these dreams and hopes and all of that. You have to be sad that that's not going to happen, but there's another path opened up, and it takes a while to go from the sadness to being, okay, it's fine. Now that we have the diagnosis, we can do something with it. We can help her better. And once you get there, like our whole family was a lot more relaxed. There was relief and, optimistic about what can we do, like how can we help her and all of that. So that was our path.
Absolutely, yeah. I think what you said was really profound, that you said that you felt almost guilty for being sad, right? And then, but you got to a point to understand that that's part of the journey. And it's really important for families to hear that, because I hear from parents sometimes that
so many parents
they're struggling with that, and that almost like it's like wrong. But it
can be. You're crying about some of your dreams being cut off at that point of time, but that's okay. You can make new dreams, but you can't say you can be sad about something ending. Something ended, that's fine.
You're human. You can't deny your emotions.
Together afterwards, but let it go. At some point, you have to let the emotion. I feel like it was almost better for my family to be sad and depressed and go through the negative emotions and then put it to bed and then go to the next stage.